Say it isn't so, Auntie. Say it isn't so. Let's talk about Will Smith and the current lawsuit against him, shall we? Oh, yes, we shall.
A sweet old auntie. Thank you, subscribers and my nieces and nephews and all of y'all who have been here through the long haul. Shall we get into it? Oh, yes, we shall. It's time for Auntie Advice. Sweet old. It's time for Auntie's Advice. Oh, yeah. It's time for Auntie's advice.
Welcome back, everybody. And this is your dear old auntie. We are currently doing this video on two different channels. And so, wherever you all are meeting me, whether you're meeting me at Auntie's Advice or Auntie's Advice podcast, I appreciate you all being here this evening. Y'all, let's talk about this fool la la, okay? So on and so forth with the niceties. Let's get into the bull, shall we? Oh, yes, we shall. So let me bring up y'all my notes. Y'all know I got to always have my notes and all of that stuff together there, right? Okay, okay, all right, okay, okay, all right. So, y'all, please note, disclaimer, this is a legal lawsuit, not a criminal charge. Neither guilt nor liability has been determined by a judge or a jury. This is just commentation, and everything that we're going to be discussing here has already been said on a public platform, okay? And we will be citing to where we get this information from. Yes, we shall. Yes, we shall. I want to say hello to our moderator, Miss Ray Della, and G Debo 3. Hello there. Welcome. Y'all make sure. Okay. Hey. So let's get into this, shall we? Yes, we shall. You know, it's like you don't have any heroes anymore. I guess there is some people who, we can still consider being above board and being a celebrity that you can look up to who is scandalous. I guess you can never be clearly scandalous, but it is just so sad about what's going on downtown to our community. So auntie, put your glasses on and get to doing your job. You need to do your job. So you're asking, auntie, what is the foolala? What is happening with the Will Smith's lawsuit? So actor musician Will Smith is now the defendant in a civil lawsuit filed by a former touring violinist by the name of Brian King Joseph. Honey, they knew he was going to be somebody, didn't they? Child, they knew he was going to be somebody. Child, they didn't name him Brian King Joseph. The complaint, filed on December 30th in Los Angeles County Superior Court, makes several serious claims against Will Smith and his touring management company. Here are what the key allegations are. We're going to go into them. Here's what he is claiming. He is claiming actual harassment. He alleges inappropriate conduct, including statements suggesting a unique personal connection with Smith, wrongful termination, and retaliation against him based, I guess, on that same allegation. He says he was fired after reporting what he believed was an unauthorized hotel room intrusion. Shall know. Shall know we are not going. We're not intrude. We are not intruding in somebody's hotel room. During the 2025 Based on a True Story tour, unsettling hotel incident. I don't know if this is good for me. This may be above my age bracket. I'm starting to get a little, I'm starting to get a little flushed all up in the face and everything. I'm starting to feel like I'm the third person in the room. You understand what I'm saying? Okay, the third person on the back of a bicycle. I'm just feeling like, oh my goodness, maybe I should step out. I'm doing the church tip on, you know what I'm saying? I'm tipping out the church. Child. Okay, what happened now? They said that the lawsuit describes items in the hotel room and a note that Joseph interpreted as threatening or indicative of an actual threat. And that the only people with access were tour staff. Child, he's asking for emotional and economic harm after he claimed he experienced PTSD, reputational damage, and financial loss. Oh, God. Do y'all feel a little uncomfortable like y'all need to back out the room? Do y'all feel a little uncomfortable like y'all have to back out of the room? This is not Will Smith first time being, in some type of lawsuit or allegations against him. As we all remember, there's a lawsuit against Jada Pickett Smith around the same time. Okay, it's a former associate who filed a $3 million lawsuit against Jada, and alleging threats and an NDA issue, not directly against Will, but this is still part of the same broader set of legal headlines. Now, this has been put in People magazine, and that one was filed on January the 1st of 2006. If y'all want to hear about that, I'll tell y'all about that. And then there was the third one, honey, the smack that was heard all across the world in the 2022 Oscars. Will slapped the dog out of Chris Rock on stage. Now, while this was not a lawsuit, it had major professional legal consequences that came along with it. Namely, the Academy banned Will from attending the events for the next 10 years. So, okay, he won't be there until 2032. But aside from the violinist lawsuit and the Oscars ban, there are no widely reported active civil lawsuits or criminal charges against Will Smith as of January 2026. So you're going to ask me, okay, Auntie, what then happened downtown to this hotel room and all of this kind of stuff? Okay, so y'all wanted to know, so I'm going to let y'all know, okay, what is going on. Okay, let's go on and find out what is going on. So, in a article in People magazine, let me share it with y'all so y'all don't think I made it up. Okay. Will Smith's attorney calls violinist Brian King actual harassment claims baseless, and he said it's actually reckless. Child, I ain't got this to do. Brian King Joseph filed a lawsuit against Will Smith and his company alleging actual harassment and wrongful termination on December the 30th. I don't know why this man's nasty legs is sitting up here. Y'all, please excuse us. Everything else going on, honey, we might as well look at some old man legs, child getting wiped down. We might as well. So let's talk about the lawsuit before we talk about what the response is. Okay, so let's go to that. Shall we? Yes, we shall. So let me go back up to my notes, honey. You know, you got to do notes with y'all because, I mean, hey, It's just a company that I keep. Y'all wants to know the who, what's the wins, where, and the whys, and y'all want to make sure that y'all auntie got her stuff together. You know what I'm saying? So I brings up all my stuff. I brings up all my stuff. I brings up all my stuff. So in an article in the Law Commentary dated January 5th, 2026 of our Lord, Will Smith is sued by tour violinists alleging actual harassment and wrongful termination. He is facing this civil lawsuit that was filed by a touring violinist who alleges that he did this to him in connection with the actors and the musicians 2025 tour. So according to court records, y'all, that were filed again on December 30th in Los Angeles Superior Court, Brian the King Joseph has sued Will Smith and his production company, Trey Ball Studios Management, alleging a pattern, okay, of inappropriate conduct that culminated in his dismissal from Will's movie, I guess, based on a true story tour. Okay, now, so what had happened was Joseph claims he was first hired back in November of 2024 to perform at a San Diego concert and was later invited to join Smith's 2025 tour and participate in recording sessions for a forthcoming album. The lawsuit alleges that Will cultivated what Joseph described as unusual personal relationship, including statements suggesting a unique emotional bond between the two of them. Child. The complaint centers around a series of events, okay, that the king said, okay, that occurred allegedly back in March of 2025 while they was performing in Las Vegas. Now, King claims that during his stay, his hotel bag containing his room key just so happened to have gotten misplaced by a tour staff member. When he came back to his room, he discovered, okay, well, no, he alleges that he discovered that someone had entered his room without forced entry. So basically, word on the curb, street term, someone done went up in his room and you know what I'm saying, without his permission. Express or not express, they went up in there. So he was looking for the key, and now all of a sudden, he can't find the key. Now mofo all up in his hotel room. Okay. I know some of y'all like it like that. So I just got, I gotta make sure I get y'all the hard and the soft. Okay. Amok was up in his room. Let's keep on going. He said, accordingly, there were some items that left, some items had got left behind, included personal belongings not belonging to King, to Joseph King, and a handwritten note that he interpreted as a threat. Somebody done wrote a damn note and left it up in there threatening the boy. Lord Jesus, Joseph, King Joseph, reported it to the security. He did it on a non-emergency line because he said this is not an emergency, but this is just something I need to bring to y'all attention. He alleges that instead of receiving support, he was confronted by a member of Smith's management team who accused him of fabricating the incident and informed him that his services were no longer required for the tour. Okay, so now he reported this to the hotel security. And they went back and told, let me break it down, okay? Let's just break it all the way down. So he saw these things happening in his room. He went to the hotel staff and was like, look, I ain't want to gossip, so you ain't heard it from me. But somebody was up in my room, and they left a threatening note. So they was like, "Oh my goodness, are you with Will Smith, Steph?" And he was like, "Yeah, I'm with them. I'm on tour with him. I'm a violinist." Matter of fact, he may have had his violin strapped to his back like little drummer boy. Boop. So anyway, after he had that, he went down there and told him they wouldn't call Will Smith. Hey, can you send your head of security? You might want to bring Will your dams. Okay, you may want to bring him too. So they told him what was going on. So honey, they went and knocked up on his door and was like, "Look, mofo, you went down there and you telling lies. You down there telling lies, you's fine. Get your cat coat, your hat, and leave. You ain't got to go home, but you gonna get both this tour." Basically, that's okay. Someone said one of the performers from America's Got Talent. Okay, okay. Hmm, that's good to know. Okay, let's continue on our little story because we got to get to Donnie McClurkin. Don't we, y'all? Yes, we do. Okay, now where we at? They said that so the lawsuit claims that he suffered emotional distress, reputational damage, and a loss in his pocket. They call it economic loss, but we're gonna keep it 100 as a result of being fired, as well as he has symptoms consistent with post-traumatic stress. The complainant, King Joseph, characterized the alleged events as part of a broader pattern of predatory behavior, though no criminal charges have been found in connection with these claims. Now, Will Smith attorney Alan Grodsky strongly denied that the allegations in the statement to People magazine, calling them false, baseless, and reckless and stating that Smith intends to contest the claims vigorously. They are categorically denied, and we will use all legal means available to address these BS claims and to ensure that the truth is brought to light. The lawsuit comes during a period of renewed musical activity for Smith, who released Based on a True Story in March and launched his international tour later in the year. Smith performed in Las Vegas on March 20th of 2025, shortly before the alleged incident, and began the tour's official run in June. Child, I ain't know nothing about it. Did y'all know anything about it? I ain't know nothing about this. I ain't know nothing about this. Now, this right here is a bit much. I've never heard this before. I don't know. Y'all tell me what y'all think downtown in the comments section because the truth gonna come out. Now, I don't know where this guy is now, but let me show you all a picture of him if I can. Just want to show a picture of him. Since since Jay Song Foya has said that he was on America's Got Talent. Let me just share a picture of him because I ain't never heard of him or seen him in my whole life. So let me bring up a picture of him if I can. Here he is, Brian King Joseph, on October 8th, 2025. So this is him. Y'all, what do y'all think? Do y'all think that this is really going on? Did this really happen? Could it have been somebody else and not Will? I just think that there's a lot of information that is missing. Don't y'all? It's a lot of information missing out of this because he said that there is a pattern, right, of things. Now, remember, now this is the Will Smith that we grew up with, okay? This is the Will Smith who started as a DJ Jazzy Jeff and the Fresh Prince back in the 80s. He was known for his song Parents Just Don't Understand in Summertime. Summertime. Ooh, summertime. Okay. This is the Will Smith who won his first Grammy Award for Best Rap Performance. This is the Will Smith that was in Bad Boys in 1995. Okay, he was in Independence Day in 1996. That was a global blockbuster hit. He was in Men in Black in 1997. Child, he was in The Pursuit of Happiness with his son in 2006, honey. Let me tell you, that drama with him and his son, oh my God. Remember, y'all, he was also the Will Smith from I Am Legend 2007. And he is the Will Smith from King Richard, which earned him an Academy Award for the best portraying Venus and Serena's father. Child, I know y'all remember that. I know y'all remember that. And I don't know why I thought that he played Muhammad Ali. Maybe he didn't. Maybe it was something else. Y'all let me know downtown in the comment section. But that doesn't mean that he didn't do this. And it doesn't mean that he did do it. A lot of times when you are a celebrity, right, you got to walk. You got to have the best crew around you who are going to make sure that your good is not evil spoken of. You got to have the best crew of people around you who love you and really want to protect you to make sure that you don't have any slip ups with this. Now you can't be with him 24/7 now, okay? But okay, Marisa, he did play Ali. Okay, I thought he played Ali. Okay, what year was that, y'all? What year was that? Y'all let me know downtown in the comment section. But I don't think that dude got yes he did. Okay, thank you everybody. Yes. The thing about it is, you got it's just not enough information for me. I'm sorry. Don't put me on the jury. Don't make me a juror because it's just not enough information. And unless the hotel has footage of Will actually going in there, putting a note in there, and then we need to know what's going on with the rest of the stuff. So if y'all want me to, I'll put this in another file, okay, of things that y'all want me to continue to cover because I really want to know, what else happened, what had happened, because it's just not enough information in my opinion, but I guess it'll all wash out. He gonna have to really show um he gonna have to really show because so far he said he suffered emotional distress, reputational damage. If he hadn't said nothing, wouldn't have known nobody now, and economic loss. And all of this is as a result of post-traumatic stress. But he was saying something about the predatory behavior. That's what I would like to know, right? I would like to know, what is that? When did that start? How long was it going on? And I know that, I want to say something, but I know I'm gonna be dead wrong if I say it, so I'm gonna keep it to myself. But let me poll y'all real quick. Let's see, because we're gonna go on. What you saying, baby? I agree with you, Auntie. The courts will have to decide. Absolutely. Welcome, Silver Goddess 3362. Let me poll y'all real quick and y'all tell me whether or not I guess maybe it's too early to even do that. But let's talk about this lawsuit with Jada because I didn't even know that there was a daggone lawsuit with Jada until I started doing my research. So let's go ahead on and talk about that. And then make sure y'all notification bells are on, that you are subscribed to the channel. Because, honey, we're going to talk about Donnie McClurkin. The pray the gay away. Now, this man just got over congestive heart failure, didn't he? He need to be praying to stay alive. But they saying it's a lawsuit out, child. Down to the social media, they saying it's a lawsuit down at the court building where Donnie McClurkin is now being a child. I tell you. What is going on with Donnie McClurkin? We about to find out. We're gonna talk about that too. But let me find out what's going on with happening with new Jada new lawsuit. Okay, let's find out what's going on with that. Let's just go ahead on and kill two birds with one stone, child. Y'all got to keep me up to par now. Y'all got to keep. Okay, so Screen Rant says Jada Pinkett Smith faces a $3 million lawsuit from Will Smith's associate over alleged threats. Child, what in the whole? One of Will Smith's former associates filed a lawsuit against Jada, claiming that she threatened him. So people obtained a lawsuit that was filed by Bilal Salam, who's been best friends with Will Smith for about 40 years. God, child, I know you lying. So now you can't even you can't even trust your friend of 40 years. Is this what we doing? Is this what we doing? Is this what we doing? Oh my God, this is the guy that was on Tasha K. Isn't this the guy that was on Tasha K? I know you lying. Child, on the Daily Mail, they said that Jada told the dude, I know you lying. They said Jada Pinkett Smith warned Will's best friend he'd end up missing if he kept gossiping about them. Child, by what? I know this is the guy, I swear, y'all. This appears to be the guy that was on Tasha K running his whole entire mouth. Child. Let me bring him up here. This is a dude. I'm telling you, this is the dude that was on Tasha K. Bilal Salam told Daily Mail that he plans to go after his former best friend Will Smith and that he plans to get justice for the atrocities, committed against me by the couple. According to the filings, Jada allegedly approached him with a group of 7, she was deep, in a lobby and became verbally aggressive, threatening him and demanding he sign a non-disclosure agreement or else, mother. Child, this is the dude that was on Tasha K. This is Tasha K because they're going to wine bottles. By the look of that shirt, he looked like he need to be suing somebody for something. At least I'm just saying. This is the dude that was on freaking. That is the dude that was on Tasha K's show about 2 years ago. During the slapping, Tasha K had. I remember him now. I ain't listened to him because I felt like, you know, you wrong. Yo, what the hell is he saying? Let's see what he's saying. So Screen Rant said what they had said. Let's find out what Screen Rant had done said. Lord Jesus, I know you lying. Screen Rant done said on September 25th of 2021, 6 months before the infamous slap, Will was celebrating his birthday party downtown at a private event at the Regency's, Calabasas Commons in California. So they said while they was there, Salam had found himself up, Jada all up in his face and everything with several members of her entourage. So they said that he said that she became verbally aggressive with him and warned him that if he continued telling her personal business, he was gonna catch a pew pew, something that goes into a pew pew. They said that he said when he tried to go to his car, Jada and her team was Chow was hurling verbal threats at him and even tried to get him to sign an NDA. Okay, they said it's unclear if he even signed that joint. They said it didn't end there because in March of 2022, he was asked to help with a crisis management situation that involved performing a task he thought was illegal, unethical, or morally compromising. So they said it appears that the crisis management is connected to Smith's Oscar slap that same month. And so the guy said he refused to get himself entangled in some bullshit like that in any type of cover up or a deceptive PR campaign. So, so he's alleging that turning down that offer resulted in an alleged retaliatory campaign against him by Will and Jada. They got together. So he said so when the word got out that he was working on a memoir that would expose the both of them, he had to deal with even more alleged threats from them. So they saying, while it's unknown if or when the alleged threat stopped, his lawsuit noted that the smear campaign continued after he gave an interview in 2023 claiming that Will was actually involved with Dwayne Martin. I mean, that was it Will or Jada? Okay, let's assume that it's Jada. That he was involved with Dwayne Martin, which both wait a minute. They said they wait a minute. Okay, wait a minute. Okay, hold on. So they said that Will was allegedly involved in a relationship with Dwayne Martin, and both Will and Pinkett denied that ever happened. And they said they was gonna sue his ass over the accusation, but according to him, nothing was ever filed in court, with the threat of a suit acting as a way to allegedly manipulate public opinion. Now, won't I just saying that you got to have your close friends around you, and here it is, he been friends with them allegedly for 40 years. Was he a real friend or no? Because a real friend is somebody that's with you when you ain't got, and I mean, I guess maybe he was because he said he was friends with him for child. If he said it was in the lobby, it should all be on video. Who can you trust? God damn. You can't trust nobody. That's uh that's just messed up. Look at Will. He all stressed out. He crying and stuff. Tears coming all down his eyes and everything. This is some shady stuff. Y'all, I'm going to take and put in the description box a link to the full articles. I know that got to hurt though, right? Because this is somebody you've been friends with for 40 years. And I got friends who I've been friends with for 40 years plus. And I would never, ever expect them to do that to me. If I ask their asses to sign a non-disclosure, sign that mother and let's go and keep on pushing to make this money. But to throw me under the bus, tell my deep dark secrets, you know what I'm saying? Like, this is up on so many levels. Anyway, I ain't gonna hold y'all. Like I said, make sure y'all got your notification bells on because, honey, now we gotta talk about Donnie McClurkin. We got to talk about Donnie McClurkin. Okay? And y'all gonna probably be shocked about that. But then again, maybe not. Y'all let me know downtown in the comment section what y'all think about this stuff, right? Um, Feel free to talk, just don't be disrespectful, because you two will snatch your wig. Okay? They will snatch your wig, and I'll never see the comment. I love y'all, and until we meet again, y'all be safe out there on those streets and in the water. Bye, y'all.